Hey, Shalom, Israel. Thank the Most High for bringing us to another Sabbath day. I'm priest and officer of 500, Officer YAHUAH to my right.
Priest and officer of 50, YAHWAH.
And we're joined by priest and officer of 1,000, Officer YAHAWAH. I'd like to begin the class by saluting all the men of Israel, all the Adawanyam, Yahweh Hashem, YAHUSHUA, and salute all the Akwatim, all the sisters, Yahweh Shema, Yahweh Hashem, YAHUSHUA. So I'd like to thank the Most High for bringing us to another Sabbath day. High Sabbath, because it's also the Day of Atonement, followed also by the regular Sabbath, so it's considered like a high Sabbath, because it's also the Day of Atonement. So now we're celebrating, we afflicting our souls, we're fasting, making sure that, we fulfill the law according to the Most High in Christ, right? So we're going to begin the Sabbath service. Corey, want to bring anything out?
Listen, today's a glorious day to afflict our souls, Isaiah 58, the whole chapter talks about it, but that's helps me go through these days, you know what I mean?
Most High in Christ.
I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. So we also joined by Sister Wakaya and Sister Sawana is in the building as well. So with no further ado, man, up here, Majid. Call up the third priest. Everybody out. This is your phone. Could step forward and present myself. Go.
YAHWAH, Ban Bunyamin, Ban YAHSHUA.
YAHWAH, Ban Bunyamin, Ban YAHSHUA.
Yahawah Shem Yahshua Barakatam.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakatam. Because of the fast, everybody's concerned about the wine, but I'm gonna have Officer Bakayala explain it within a second, okay? All right.
YAHSHUA, which means to Israel.
Congregation to stand and Maya Wapanya Hakadam. We begin with the Lord's Prayer.
Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa,
Bashamayim,
Shabbat Shemayim,
Kodash,
Hayah,
Shemka, Yahawah,
Malakavka,
Ratazaka,
Hayah,
Aisha,
Baharatazah,
Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Falanawa, Acham, Kal, Yawam, Basalaknawa, Kabawatnawa, Kasalaknawa, Kabawatnawa, Wala'ah, Bayanawa, Wanasayawan, Abal, Hoshayanawa, Mayan, Ra, Hayah, Laka, Hamalakwa, Wahala, Wahazabara, La Awalamyam, Amen.
English translation. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done in earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation,
Lead us not into temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
Thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory,
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
The power in Hebrew. YAHAWASHI, YAHUSHA.
YAHAWASHI, YAHUSHA.
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 Power in English translation. Yahawah.
Yahawah.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
The power to heal.
Power to heal.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
All manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
Power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to raise the dead.
Power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
Power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
Cast them out.
In the name of Yahushua.
Yahushua.
Thank you so big.
Thank you so big.
That's Israel in Hebrew. YAHAWASHI, YAHUSHA.
YAHAWASHI, YAHUSHA.
Barak
Barak Lanawa.
YASHUA.
YAHUAH.
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 Saparia. YAHASHI, YAHUSHA.
YAHASHI, YAHUSHA. English translation. Yahawah.
Yahawah.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Bless us.
Bless us.
And Israel.
And Israel.
And the school.
And the school.
In the name of Yahushua.
Yahushua.
Thank you so big.
Thank you so big.
I.S.U.K. power structure blessing. Barakatah Yahawah.
Barakatah Yahawah.
YAHUSHA.
YAHUSHA.
YAHAWAH.
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 Tazabayah.
Alawat
Yahanna.
Alawat
Awasaranya.
Akwatazayaya. Akaya.
Wahawahia.
YAHAWASHI, YAHUSHA.
YAHAWASHI, YAHUSHA. YAHUWAH.
Power structure English translation. Bless you, Yahawah.
Bless you, Yahawah.
And Yahushua.
And Yahushua.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanding General Yahanna.
Commander Yahanna.
The generals.
The generals.
The captains.
Captains.
The officers.
Officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahawah.
Yahawah.
In the name of Yahushua.
And Yahushua.
Thank you so big.
Thank you so big.
Psalms 121 in Hebrew. Asha'ah.
I.S.U.P.K.
Yanya.
Ayanya.
Ahorium.
Ahorium.
Bayan.
Bayan.
Ba'ah.
Zoria.
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 Ayin.
Ma'ayin.
Yahawah.
I.S.U.P.K.
Shamayim.
Maharatazah. Ayatun. Lamawak. Regalka. Ayawah. Shemoraka.
Hanal.
La'ah. Yanawah. Wala'ah. Yashun. Shalomar.
Yashua.
Yahawah.
Yahawah.
Shemoraka.
Yahawah.
Yahawah.
Zalka. Al-Yah.
Yaminka. Shalomam.
Shamash.
Ashamash. La'ah.
Kaka.
Kaka.
Barak.
Bayrak.
Layala.
Layala.
Yahawah. Shemoraka.
Shemoraka.
Kaurai.
Kaurai.
Shemor.
Shemor.
Pashka.
Akapashka. Yahawah.
Shemor.
Shemor.
Za'atka.
Za'atka.
Wa'aka.
Wa'aka.
Da.
My God.
Wa'ad Avalon.
I will love. English translation, Psalms 121. I will lift up my eyes unto the hill.
I will lift up my eyes to the hill.
From whence cometh my
From
help?
whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from
My
Yahawah,
help cometh from Yahawah,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth
he
Israel
that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahawah is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahawah is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahawah shall preserve thee
Thou shalt preserve thee
from all
from
evil.
all evil.
He shall preserve thy
He
soul.
shall preserve thy soul.
Yahawah shall preserve thy going out
Thou shalt preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in.
from this time forth
This time forth,
and even forevermore.
even forevermore.
Psalm 83 in Hebrew. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Al-Damayalaka.
Al-Damayalaka.
Al-Karash.
Al-Karash.
Al-Shakwat.
Al-Tashakwat.
Al
out.
YAHANNA,
YAHANNA,
I.W.K,
I.U.I.C,
YAHAWAH,
YAHUAH,
YAHUSHUA, I.M.K,
I.I.M.K,
YAHUWAH,
Sabbath, YAHUAH, I.S.U.P.K,
YAHUWAH,
AMORA,
YAHUWAH,
YAHAWAH,
YAHUWAH,
YAHUAH, SICARII,
Shem
Yashua, I.W. Kaya,
YAHUWAH,
Naba,
YAHUWAH,
YAHUWAH,
I.O.C.K,
YAHUWAH, YAHUAH,
YAHUWAH,
I.O.C.K,
YAHUWAH,
YASHUA,
I.U.I.C,
YAHUWAH, Gobal,
I'm a one.
I'm a one. I'm a lot.
I'm the Shabbat.
I'm the Shabbat.
Has a war.
Has a war. Gabasha war. YAHUWAH, Haman, YAHUWAH, Zarawai, Labanyalah, Salah, I.S.U.P.K, Kabadyan, Kasaya Sarah, Abiyabyan, Manafal, for YASHUA, Yashamadwa, BAYAN, IUIC, the man, Lord Datma, Giant Dumbo, NOJUMPER, Kayara, Wakazaba,
Wakazaba,
Hold us your cover, ashore, Amora, YAHUSHUA, YAHUAH, YAHAWAH, I.O.C.K, Giant Dumbo, Gagala, Quash,
Lapanya Waka,
Kaash,
Wakalaba,
Balahat,
Hawayam, Kun,
Datma,
Irika,
that's Irika,
Abasa,
Wabasa,
Pafka,
Lapaka,
Alam,
Wabalom, Walaa, Ponyo, Qualawan, Wayabakwashwa, Shemka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Yahawa, IUIC, Ayakaparwa, Wayabadwa, Iowa, Kayata,
Shemka,
Shemka, Yahawa,
Babka,
Ayawan,
Alkaha,
Al-Taharatiza. Psalms 83, English translation. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
Be not still, O Yahweh.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more remembered. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom and the Israelites of Moab and the Hagarene, Gabal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur is also joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites. As to Sisera. As to Jabin. At the brook of Kison. Which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nose like a red. And like the earth. Yea. All their princes. Azabah and Azdaluna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. Oh my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble stubble before the wind.
And stubble before the wind.
And as the fire burneth the wood.
As the fire burneth the wood.
And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
And the flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them
So persecute them
with thy tempests.
with thy tempest.
And make them afraid.
Make them afraid.
With thy storm.
With thy sword.
Fill their faces with shame.
Their faces with shame.
That they may seek thy name.
That they may seek thy name.
O Yahawah.
O Yahawah.
Let them be confounded.
Be confounded.
And trouble forever.
So forever.
Yea.
Yea.
Let them be put to shame.
Let them put to shame.
And perish.
Perish.
That men may know.
They may know.
That thou,
Thou.
whose name alone
Alone.
is Yahawah,
Yahawah.
or the Most High,
Most High.
over all the earth.
Over all the earth.
Sir, please turn. You'll notice it's I.S.U.P.K. Started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA since 1969. The I.S.U.P.K. has been bringing out the truth, the Holy Bible that so-called blacks, so-called Latinos or Hispanics, so-called Native Indians, First Nation men, women, and children, are in fact the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, the biblical and ethnic Jew, the chosen people of God. So we gather here on the Sabbath day as it was commanded by the Most High to observe the Sabbath day and to keep it holy or separate from the other days of the week. As you all know, we're in the Day of Atonement, and coming up next week is the Feast of Tabernacles, right? So I wanted to go into a precept. Now, we're in the fast, right? The Day of Atonement, meaning we are to afflict our souls for 24 hours, no food, no water, right? That you feel the hunger pain, that's the atonement to the Most High, right? So now you might ask yourself a question. If we're fasting and we're not supposed to have any liquids, why is the priest allowed to drink the wine? Is it a contradiction, Officer Ibad? Bukayala, is it a contradiction that we're not supposed to have anything but the priest is drinking the wine?
No, sir.
Well, for those brothers and sisters that don't understand, or those priests that don't understand, Christ explained it in the scriptures. Could you get me Matthew 12 and 5 here, please?
Okay.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 12 and verse 5. Or have ye not read in the law?
Or have ye not read in the law, read on,
How that on the Sabbath days,
that on the Sabbath day, the Day of Atonement is the Sabbath day, right? Read on.
the priest
The what?
The priest,
The what?
the priest
Read on.
and the temple,
In the where?
and the temple
In the temple, read.
profane the
He
Sabbath,
does what?
profane the Sabbath,
Read on.
and are blameless,
And are what?
and are blameless,
And are what?
and are blameless.
So that means the priest, in the office of the priest, the Lord ordered us to drink wine. So it's in accordance with the law. So that's why the priest is allowed to have wine and it not be counted against him breaking the fast, because it's part of the Sabbath service. You understand? I can't do the words were written in red.
Okay.
That means those are the words of Christ. The priests are blameless. Just in case anybody didn't understand how you win a fast and the priests are allowed to drink the wine. Okay. So we're gonna go from there right into the reading. What we do left off last week for side by.
Genesis 29 and verse 9 to
And where?
Genesis 29 and verse 9.
All right. Those of our viewing audience that's tuned in on social media, like and share the class. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. Right. And if you have any questions, type it in the chat. Priest Bukayala is going to be interactive with our viewing audience on all social media platforms. Okay. So we're going to go reading
Genesis 29 and verse 9.
If you could do it, take the first 21.
Okay. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 29 and verse 9. I would nawa ma debar I mum wara call ba awa ba a ein ha taza ein Ashar, La Abaya, Kaya, Raiha, Hawaah. Verse 10. Yahaya, Ka Ashar, Ra'ah, Ya Yai Af, Rakal, Bath, Laban, Ak, Ya, Ein, Wa'af, Taza, Ein, Laban, Ak, Ya, Ein, Ya, Gash, Yaikwa, Yago, Af, Ha, Aban, Ma'al, Paya, Ha, Ba'ar, YAHSHUK, Af, Taza'ain, Laban, Akya, Verse 11. YAHSHUK, Yaquab, La Rakal, YAHSHA, Af, Kwa, Yabak. Verse 12. Yagad, Yaquab, La Rakal, Kaya, Ak, Ya, Abba, Ya, Hawaah, Kaya, Bun, Bakwa, Hawaah, Rataza, Gad, La Abaya. Verse 13. Yahaya, Kasha, Mai, Laban, Af, Shammai, Yaquab, Bun, Akaf, Yarataza, La Quaraafwa, Kabak, Lawa, Nashak, Lawa, Ahwa, La'al, Yathwa, Sapar, La Bun, Af, Kal, Ha Debarium, Ha Allah. Verse 14. Amor, Lawa, Laban, Aka, I Tazamya, Basharya, Atha, Yasha, Imwa, Kadash, Yamayam. Verse 15. Amor, Laban, La Yaikwab, Ha Kaya, Ak, Ya, Atha, I Badath, no, I Bad Thun, Ya, Khanaz, Haga Yada, Laya, Masha, Korathka. Verse 16. Bun, Shaf, Ya, Bun, Wath, Sham, Ha, Gadala, La, Aha, Washam, Ha, Kwa, Tana, Rakal. Verse 17. Yunya, La, Aha, Ra, Kawath, Rakal, Ha, Yatha, Yapath, Tha'ar, Yapath, Ma'ra'aha. Verse 18. Yahab, Yaquab, Ath, Rakal, Amar, Ibadka, Shabai, Shun, Yum, Rakal, Thak, Nubathka Ha-Kwa-Tana. Verse 19. Amar Laban Tawa Thathaya Atha Laka Ma Tathaya Atha La Ayash Akar Shabbat Imadia. Verse 20. Ibad Yaquab Barakal Shabbat Shanyam YAHUWAH BAYAN Yahweh Kayamayam I-Kadyam Habathwa Atha. Verse 21. Amar Yaquab al Laban Habaath Ashafya Kaya Malaawa Yamaya wa Aha al Ya. Verse 22. I.S.U.P.K Laban Ath Kal I Nasha Hamak Wam Mashatha. Verse 23. Yahaya Rab wa Yaquak Ath La'aha Bathwa Yaba'a Atha Al Yawa Yaba'a Al Yah. Verse 24. Yathan Laban La Ath Zalapa Shapa Kathwa Lala Aha Bathwa Shapaka. Verse 25. Yahaya Babakwar Wahana Hawaah La Aha Amar Al Laban Ma Za'af Aishayath Laya Hala'a Barakah Badathya Aimka wa Lama Ramayathnaya. Verse 26. Amar Laban La'a Ya Aisha Khan Bamakwam Nawa La Thath Hataza Yara Lapanya Ha Bakal Yara. Verse 27. Mala'a Shabai Za'af Wana Thana Laka Gum Af Za'af Ba'i Bada Ishar Tha I Bad I Madya I Wad Shabai Shanyam I Kar Wath. Verse 28. Aisha Yaquab Khan Mala'a Shabai Za'af Yathan Lawa Ath Rakal Bathwa Lawa La Aisha Verse 29, Wayathan, Laban, La Rakal, Bathwa, Ath, Bala, Ha, Shab, Pakal, Pakafwa, La Shab, La Shapa, La Shapaka. That's the end of verse 21. I'm taking it in English.
Okay.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 29 and verse 9. And while he yet spake with them, Rachel came with her father's sheep, for she kept them. Verse 10, and it came to pass when Jacob saw Rachel, the daughter of Laban, his mother's brother, and the sheep of Laban, his mother's brother, that Jacob went near and rolled the stone from the well's mouth and watered the flock of Laban's, his mother's brother. Verse 11, and Jacob kissed Rachel and lifted up his voice and wept. Verse 12, and Jacob told Rachel that he was her father's brother and that he was Rebekah's son, and she ran and told her father. Verse 13, and it came to pass when Laban heard the tidings of Jacob, his sister's son, that he ran to meet him and embraced him and kissed him and brought him to his house. And he told Laban all these things. Verse 14, and Laban said to him, surely thou art my bone and my flesh.
Thou my what?
Thou art my bone and my flesh.
That means that they're family. Read.
And he abode with him the same space of a month. Verse 15, and Laban said unto Jacob, because thou art my brother, shouldest thou therefore serve me for naught? Tell me, what shall thy wages be?
Okay, now earlier it established that what was Jacob's in relation to Laban. Go ahead.
Can you repeat the question?
Read that last part.
Oh, surely
Thou art, because thou art what?
art my bone and my flesh.
Read on.
And he abode with him the space of a month.
Read 15.
Verse 15, and Laban said unto Jacob, because thou art my brother, shouldest thou therefore serve me for naught? Tell me, what shall thy wages be?
So now it's saying what he called him his brother, right? And I said, what relation is Jacob to Laban in what we just read? Go ahead, sis.
Nephew?
His nephew, exactly. You're correct.
Right.
Right? Give this sister a hand.
Right.
She's correct. Right? But he also referred to him as his brother. So just like a brother and sister could be married, but we're still brothers and sisters. You understand? In the larger scope of things. You understand? So even though he was his nephew, we didn't look at him as a relative, as his brother.
Right.
You understand? So he's addressing him as such, just so we can understand that even though you biological family, but we're still brothers and sisters. So then a brother that's like not in your direct biological family, but through Jacob, we're all brothers and sisters. We're all cousins.
Right.
Right? We're all cousins, distant cousins, through the generations come down. So I just wanted to highlight that point. Keep going, Officer Brian.
Verse 16, and Laban had two daughters. The name of the elder was Leah, and the name of the younger was Rachel. Verse 17, Leah was tender-eyed, but Rachel was beautiful and well-favored. Verse 18, and Jacob loved Rachel, and I said, I will serve thee 7 years for Rachel, thy younger daughter. Verse 19, and Laban said, it is better that I give her to thee than I should give her to another man. Abide with me. Verse 20, and Jacob served 7 years for Rachel, and they seemed unto him but a few days, for the love he had to her. Verse 21, and Jacob said unto Laban, give me my wife, for my days are fulfilled, that I may go in unto her.
So I just want to highlight that for a second, right? You see how the scripture is talking about how Jacob felt about Rachel, and you could understand why the Most High always referred to the nation of Israel as his bride. So we could understand as men on the earth, men and women on the earth, the same way how we feel about a loved one or your mate, that's how we feel about the nation. So then put yourself in his position. If your husband or wife betray the trust or betray you, how would you feel? Right? That's how the Most High feel when we betray him by serving other gods and breaking his commandments. Really think about that. Think about the love you have for somebody, right? Your husband, or the love you have for your wife. And if they don't do what you ask them to do, how you feel, how it make you feel. The Most High want us to understand that's how he feels. Because those are the emotions he gave us. And he referred to the nation of Israel as his fervent lover. Fervent means strong, like he has a love affair with the nation of Israel. So just think about how you love someone, that's how the Most High love the nation. And the same way, if that person was to either betray you or not listen to what you're saying, is how the Most High feel when we don't listen to him by keeping his commandments and by following after the heathen nations and serving their gods. You understand? That's what the history is for. And it's making a juxtaposition between the love that Jacob had for Rachel and how the Most High had that love for Jacob. Go ahead, sis.
I want to know, at verse 17, when it says Leah was tender-eyed, when she's tender-eyed, would that mean that she's humble, or weak, or loving?
Yes, right. She was, when tender-eyed, it also is talking about her appearance. Like she's tender-eyed, like she's not drop-dead gorgeous. You know, when you first see her, like she's what you would say like average. You understand? She's average in the context of what he's saying. But when you see Rachel, read it again, Officer Bible, if you could, my brother.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 29, and verse 16. And Laban had 2 daughters. The name of the elder was Leah, and the name of the younger was Rachel. Verse 17. Leah was tender-eyed, but Rachel was beautiful and well-favored.
You see that? She was tender-eyed, but Rachel was beautiful. So then you know, in this context, it's talking about appearance. So tender-eyed means she was average. You understand? It's not like a disrespect. It's like we all could look at somebody. If you look at your husband, you would say to you, your husband is attractive. And then you look at another man, like he's all right. Right? Right? Like I would hope my rib would look at me and say, my husband is handsome. And then another man, she said, he's all right. You understand? So that's just comparing both of them. Like Leah, because she was the oldest sister, she was okay to look at. She was, average. But then Rachel, her beauty was more pronounced, so to speak. You understand? So did I answer your question, sis?
And when it says for beauty, not the beauty of the women in the world, how they look, but more so how God, a beautiful woman to serve the Lord, would count beautiful, how God sees a woman. Right.
So to explain it, it's physical and also spiritual, because whatever is inside manifests on the outside. And I'm gonna give you a precept. There's a scripture that says, the haughtiness of a woman darkeneth her countenance. What is haughty? High-mindedness. You understand? Conceit. Right? So your attitude, even though you might physically be attractive, but because you're so ratchet, right? Like we know ratchet means, like, you're so acting like a chicken head, so to speak, or basic. Outwardly you look, but you're not attracted to men because they're like, I don't even want to deal with her. Like, yo, shorty's bad, but her attitude just sucks. I don't even want to be around her. You understand, sis? So it's both. It's a combination of both, where whatever is on the inside and also what we see with our eyes. We could clearly see that Jacob made that distinction. Let's just be honest. He made a distinction. He said, Leah was but Rachel, man, you were beautiful. You understand? She's gorgeous. You would consider like a dime. And you say Leah was what if we was to use numbers, say she was a 7, a strong 7. But Rachel was a dime, a 10, a perfect 10. Go ahead, sis.
She had like a good countenance.
Right, she was a beautiful to look at. But all Israelite women look like that. But how do you know that? Because Abraham had to do the same thing with Sarah. He had to tell her to say, pretend to be my sister, because when these men get a load of you, they're going to do anything to get you. They will kill me. Right? And then Isaac had to do the same thing with Rebekah. Say you my sister, because these heathens, if they see you, they'll get rid of me just to get to you. So then come down to Rachel and Leah. Jacob seen both of them and just said, hey, you know, she was the older sister. She was, you know, she's a strong 7. She's all right. But Rachel, her beauty was undeniable. You know? So did I answer your question, sis? Right. So let me ask, as a matter of fact, you have the precept office I buy? The water, you right on it. Most High Christ. I read it.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 25 and verse 17. The wickedness of a woman changeth her face.
You see that? What's on the inside could make you look unattractive. Read.
And darkeneth her countenance like sackcloth.
And sackcloth is like burlap. And make it look like something that's not, you know, value. Did you get that precept, sis? You understand? So you understand that it's both. It's what's on the inside, but it manifests on the outside. It matches what you physically look like. So Rachel, Leah was tender-eyed, but there's other things she could make up for to be attractive. You understand? It's like you see a man that people say, yo, he's handsome. And then they'll look at his wife and she'd be like a strong 7. I'm like, why he with her? He could get any woman he want. Why is it with her? But what we don't know is how she treats that man and what he values in a woman. And from man to man is different. You know, is what sense of having a woman that's beautiful and she can't boil water? You got arm candy, you starving. Right? You got arm candy and you're walking around in the streets and your clothes is tattered and torn because she can't sew. You understand? So it's a bad. Remember, the scripture says unequal balance is an abomination to the Lord. So the Lord make everything in balance. Even in the situation when we read on further in the history, you can see how the Lord balanced things out in the sense that Rachel was physically stunning, right? But she was barren. Leah was physically average, but she was fertile. And if you know the story, she bared Jacob most of his children. So the Lord balanced it out. As the scripture says, he don't give us more than we could bear. Even though she wasn't physically stunning, she was fruitful. So she would be attractive in that manner where she would be a woman desired to marry because she could bring forth children. Rachel just had her beauty, but she was barren. So it's like, you know, to humble her, because if she was both, maybe she would be high-minded and be wicked in her thoughts. So the Lord have a way of humbling all of us. He'll give you something and then at the same time balancing it out. Right. So let's continue. Is there more on that? Let's go back to the
Genesis.
Read it.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 22, and Genesis chapter 29 and verse 22. And Laban gathered together all the men of the place and made a feast. Verse 23. And it came to pass in the evening that he took Leah, his daughter, and brought her to him, and he went in unto her.
Read that last part again.
And it came to pass in the evening that he took Leah, his daughter, and brought her to him, and he went in unto her.
Meaning he lied with her. That's why we know that sex is marriage in the Bible. He went in unto her. He laid with her. He consummated the marriage.
Right.
He didn't say nothing about he went before the priest and he went to the judge and got a marriage certificate. And then he set up a reception and he sent out the invitations and he RSVP'd. No, he brought his daughter and Jacob went in onto her. That's it. All the pomp and circumstance is the precepts of men.
Right.
We came with that, but that's not in the scripture. The scripture ain't saying nothing about no pastor, no priest, and big wedding and all that. So continue.
Verse 24. And Laban gave unto his daughter Leah Zilpah his maid for an handmaid. Verse 25. And it came to pass that in the morning, behold, it was Leah. And he said to Laban, what is this that thou hast done unto me? Did not I serve with thee for Rachel? Wherefore then hence thou beguiled me?
Right. So Jacob thought that, you know, he did all that time, the service to Laban to get the daughter that he wanted, which was Rachel. But Laban already knew that our customs is I have to marry my oldest daughter. So I have to make you think you're going to get what you want. But technically, this is the process. So was Laban wrong? No, Jacob was just trying to jump the gun. There's a process. It's just like in here, Officer Ibad, there's a process. Right?
Right.
We have to go through the courtship, 6 months to a year.
Right.
So just like we're reading, there's a process. The thing is that people don't understand the Bible because of Christianity, and then we get confused when we read the actual words of the Bible. Like with Jacob and Esau, they made a deal. But before they made a deal, the Lord already told Rebekah what was supposed to transpire.
Right.
We just get confused in how the Lord made the process play out. And that's why the Most High says this, his thoughts are not our thoughts. Neither is his ways our ways. You have that, Officer? That Isaiah 45. I think it's from 15 on down.
Mm-hmm.
If you could, Babu Kasha.
Come on.
So it's a process. You understand? So the Lord prophesied to Rebekah that Jacob is the chosen seed. But her husband wasn't aware of that. So they had to go through the process of making sure that Isaac fulfilled the prophecy. So the way it was carried out, because people don't agree with it, that's why Paul had to come back and say, what? Is there unrighteousness with God? God forbid.
I got the precept.
So now we're going to read. So now we see it, and then so everybody would read this and thinking, and then Jake, because of what Jacob said, hey, I labored for you. I thought the deal was for Rachel. Hey, did you trick me? That's what beguiled me, the seed, right? So we're going to read, but is according to the process. In that land and in Israel, the oldest normally gets the birthright. Only in a few instances is changed in the form of Ephraim and Manasseh. You understand? It was switched.
Right.
But normally the process is the elder get the birthright, and it also changed with Esau and Jacob, where the younger actually got the birthright. So now we see another situation. A deal was made, but the deal had to be carried out according to custom. And the custom is the eldest gets first preference. Hey, Shalom. Hey, Officer Ibad, you have that?
This is the book of Isaiah, to the 55 and verse 8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts.
The Most High thoughts is not our thoughts. Read.
Neither are your ways my ways,
Read.
saith the Lord. Verse 9. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways.
Meaning there's certain processes in the Bible that play out that we don't understand, and we trying to make God operate in the way we could comprehend. You understand? That's why people always say, hey, how you know cigarettes are bad? There's no law in the Bible that says thou shalt not smoke cigarettes. But we understand the wisdom of the Most High when he says your body is a temple. If you defile your body, then God is going to destroy you. So we could say cigarettes is a sin. There's no law, but if you do something against the Most High, which is destroying your temple, he will unalive you. Because his ways is not our ways, so he don't always have to express himself the way we want to hear it.
Okay.
You know, hey, it doesn't say this. It doesn't say it like that. Like, how do you know? We know because we read the words of the Most High. We see how the Most High operates. You understand? So now go back to the story. That's what's taking place. Jacob wanted to jump the gun, but no. There's a process. You gotta get the elder daughter first. So continue, Officer Ibad. Everybody's clear. We understand what took place. There was no deception, They'll be like, oh, if Jacob is a chosen seed, then how he lying and stealing and cheating? This is the second time we're hearing about Jacob and he's doing something untoward. But if you read, he asked Esau straight up and down, sell me the birthright, right? They did not ask him. He said, sell it to me. And he said, then what did Esau say? Typical what the oppressor, the white man always says, I'm hungry, man. I ain't worrying about no laws of God.
Right.
I'm worrying about my belly. Feed me with that raw meat. That same bread pottage. So then now Jacob finds himself in another situation. He's making another deal. But now he's on the other end of the deal where what he thought he was going to get in the deal, he didn't get it.
Right.
Right, so read on. Let's go back to that. Throw out for that officer. Bye.
Okay. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 29 and verse 25. Verse 26. And Laban said, it must not be so done in our country to give the younger before the firstborn.
You see that? So now Laban is explaining to Jacob, no, I didn't deceive you. You just didn't understand the parameters of the deal. Because you're thinking one thing, you didn't read the fine print. Yes, we made a deal for my daughter. You just didn't specify which one. And according to customs, the elder has to go first. You just jumped the gun. Now, if you want the younger one, now we can make another deal. You understand? Read on.
Verse 27. Fulfill her week, and we will give thee this also for the service which thou shalt serve with me yet 7 other years.
You understand? Complete the agreement. It's an agreement. So, they have, our oppressor will make movies like Jacob the Liar. When he's the biggest liar on the face of the earth. He's the devil that Bible speaks of.
Right.
Right? So,
Okay.
I just want to go that, if there's, because I've seen a couple comments, in the chat. I'm just going to ignore those for now. So now we're going to take, where we're going from there.
2 more verses in English.
Okay, go ahead, Officer Ahmad.
Verse 28. And Jacob did so, and fulfilled her week, and he gave him Rachel, his daughter, to wife also. Verse 29. And Laban gave to Rachel his daughter Bilhah, his handmaid, to be her maid. So we at first Genesis 29 and 30 now in Hebrew.
32, where's the next 21?
End of 15 of 30.
Okay, Bukhari.
Genesis 30 to 15.
So now we're going to go back into the Lashon Kodash, the Holy Tongue in the Hebrew, and then we'll come back with the English for edification.
We had Genesis
29.
and 29 and 30.
Okay. The book of Genesis, chapter 29, verse 30. Wayaba gum al rakal. Is that Rachel? Yes, Khan. Wayahab gum af rakal mala'ah wayabad amawad shaba'i Shanayam Akarath, verse 31. How you say that?
Wayara'ah.
Yahawah Kaya Shanwa'ah La'ah Wayapathka Ath Rakama, Warakal Aquara, verse 32. Wathara, La'ah. Is it La'ah? Is it Leah, right? Is La'ah?
Yeah, La'ah.
La'ah, okay. Wathladad Bun Wa Sakara Shamawa Ra Awaban Kaya Amara Kaya Yara'a Yahawah Ba'ain Yaya Kaya Asa Wa Ha Abanya Ayashaya. Verse 33. Wasahar Iwad Wasalad Bun Wasa Amor Kaya Shamai Yahawah Kaya Shanawa'a Anakaya Waya Son Laya Gum Azza Khan Wasa Korah Shamawa Shama'awan Shamaiwan Wasor Awad Wasalat Bun Wasamor Isa Hapat Zapatat how you say it? Hapa'ain Walawa is it Wala Yalawa I Yeshaya Alya Kaya Wala Dasya Lawa Shalasha Banayam Alkan Korah Shamawa Lawaya. Verse 35. Wasahar Iwad Wasalat Bun Wasa Amor Hapa Ain Awada As Yahawah Al Khan Korah Shamawa Yahawada Wasa Was Ahmad Maladas. Genesis verse 30. Genesis chapter 30, verse 1. How far am I going down? Sorry.
15.
15.
And 15.
Come. Verse 30, chapter 30, verse 1. Wasahara Rakal Kaya La.
This book of Genesis, chapter 30, verse 1. Watha Ra'a, Rakal, Kaya, La'a, Ya La Da, La Ya, La Yaikwa, Watha Kwan Na, Rakal, Ba'a Khatha, Watha Amar, Al, Yaikwa, Ha Ba, La Ya, Banyam, Wa'am, Ayan, Matha, Anakya, verse 2. Wayahar, Yaquab, Ba Rakho, Waya Amar, Hatha Kath, Allahayam, Anakya, Ashar, Mai, Nai, Mamak, Paraya, Batan. Verse 3. Watha Amar, Ha Na, Imathia, Ba La Ha, Ba'a, Al Ya, Wathalak, Id, Barak, Ya, Wa Abana, Gum, Anakya, Mamana. We have verse 4. No, we started at verse 4.
Book of Genesis, chapter 30, verse 4. Wa'ath sa nalawa ath balaha. Balaha. Haha.
Mhm.
Shapa kaf lashor wayaba alaya
Yaquab.
Yaquab, Jacob.
Right.
Verse 5. Wathahar balaha wathalad laya Yaquab bun. Verse 6. Wathamor Yerakal dun ya'a
The nun, yeah.
Dananya Alahayim Wagum Shemai Wakwalaya Wayatan Laya Bun Al Kun Quara Shemawab Dun. Verse 7. Wathor Awad Wathalat Balaha Shapa Kaf Yarakal Ban Shanya Laya Akwab. Verse 8. Watha Amor Rakal Napa Thaf Wal Napa
Napathao.
Naphtali. Napathal Walaya Alahayim Napathal Laya Aim Akaf Ya Gum Yakal Saya Wathakora Shamawa Napathal Laya Watharaha. Verse 9. Watharaha La'a Kaya Amada I'm
Saki. We're 9 verse.
yes. I'm
Where we at?
Kaya I'm
I'm a duh, yeah. Kind.
I'm a da Maladath Wakaka Wakwak Ath Dalapat Shapakath Wathathun Atha Laya Iquab La Asha. Verse 10. Wathalat Zalapa Shapakath La'a Laya Iquab Bun. Verse 11. Wath Amor La'a Bagad Wath Quora Ath Shamawa Gad. Verse 12. Wathalad Zalapa Shapakath La'a Bun Shanaya Layaquab. Verse 13. Wath Amor La'a Ba'ashar Shaya Kaya Ashur Yawanya Banawath Wa Thakora Ath Shamawa Ashur. Verse 14. Wayalak Ra Yara Waban Bayamaya Bayamya Kam Wata Shawar Katayam Wayama Taza'a Dawad Ayam Bashada Wayaba'a Asam Al La'a Amawa Wathamor Yaraka Al La'a Thanya Naya Laya Madawada Banak. Verse 15. Wasa Amor La'a I'm a Quack Thak Ath Ayasha Walakwath Gum Ath Dawad Da Ya Banya Wasa Amor Yarakal Lakan Yashakab Imak Halaya Salaki Halaya La Zakaf Dawada Wa Banak.
This is the book of Genesis, so 29 and verse 30. And he went and also unto Rachel, and he loved also Rachel more than Leah, and served with him yet 7 other years. Verse 31. And when the Lord saw that Leah was hated, he opened her womb, but Rachel was barren.
You see that? Remember what I said earlier? How the Lord balances things out, so everybody don't get more than they could bear. She wasn't that pretty, but she was fruitful, and the pretty one was barren. So then Jacob had no choice but to treat him what? Equally.
Right.
Equally. Right? Read on.
Verse 32. And Leah conceived and bare a son, and she called his name Reuben, for she said, surely the Lord hath looked upon my affliction. Now therefore my husband will love me. Verse 33. And she conceived again and bare a son, and said, because the Lord hath heard I was hated, he hath therefore given me this son also. And she called his name Simeon. Verse 34. And she conceived again and bare a son, and said, now this time my husband be joined unto me, because I have borne him 3 sons. Therefore she called his name Levi. Verse 35. And she conceived again.
So, just real quick, you see how names are important. Names are in this random.
Right.
We just make them up because it sound good. Name them after things, inanimate things like a car. I'm gonna name, I kind of said I wanted a car, so I named my daughter Alexis. Right? No, she said she named him Levi because he's joined to me.
Right.
Her husband is joined to her.
Right.
So it had meaning. It was because of an event. You understand? Read on.
Verse 35. And she conceived again and bare a son, and she said, now I will praise the Lord. Therefore she called his name Judah and left barren.
So you see, Judah means what? Yahweh's praise. Read on. So you see, she named them, didn't pick them out of a hat. Everything was according to an event. Read on.
Verse 30. And when Rachel saw that she bare Jacob no children, Rachel envied her sister and said unto Jacob, give me children, or else I die. Verse 2. And Jacob's anger was kindled against Rachel, and he said, am I in God's stead, who have withheld from thee the fruit of the womb? Verse 3.
So Jacob got mad because he's like, you asking me to do something like I'm the Most High. Children come from the Lord. Every spirit is given a body, right? That comes from the Most High.
Right.
So like when women say, yo, that's my child. No, you're wrong. That soul belongs to the Lord.
Right.
You understand? So that's what Jacob was upset. Like, whoa. He knows what happened to Moses when Moses spoke up and he misspoke about getting the water out of the rock. And what happened to Moses' sister, right? When she said to Moses, because it's just like how the fake Israelites have a beef with Commander General YAHANNA because he's the chosen man of the Lord to lead Israel today, right? They're like, nah, we're not following him, right? So Miriam spoke against Moses. She was like, does the Lord only speak to Moses? Then what happened? They said they heard lightning and thunder, the cloud departed, and behold, Miriam became leprous. Her color was gone.
Wow.
She turned from an Eve to an Edomite. You understand? They said they heard that, and the people, when they heard the clouds and all the storm that was coming, they said, oh, alas, my Lord, let not that sin come upon us. What was the sin? Speaking against Moses.
Right.
So that's why Jacob checked her quick, like, whoa, 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 you trying to make it seem like I'm the Most High. I can't give us children. It come from the Lord, so slow that down. Read on.
Verse 3, and she said, behold, my maid Bilhah, go in unto her, and she shall bring and bear upon my knees.
Which means bear upon her knees means be a surrogate mother. Read on.
That I may also have children by her. Verse 4, and she gave him Bilhah, her handmaid, to wife, and Jacob went in unto her. Verse 5, and Bilhah conceived and bare Jacob a son. Verse 6, and Rachel said, God have judged me, and have also heard my voice, and have given me a son. Therefore called she his name Dan. Verse 7, and Bilhah, Rachel's maid, conceived again. And
So that's how Dan got his name, because the Lord had judged in Rachel's situation. You understand? So when you go Genesis 49, you get the breakdown where Dan got his name from. That's why he's the judge, because the Lord judged in a situation she was barren, and he made her able to attain a child through surrogacy. All right, 7.
Verse 7. And Bilhah, Rachel's maid, conceived again and bare Jacob a second son. And Rachel said, verse 8, and Rachel said, with great wrestlings have I wrestled with my sister, and I have prevailed. And she called his name Naphtali. Verse 9. When Leah saw that she had left bearing, she took Zilpah, her maid, and gave her Jacob to wife.
So now it was a competition back and forth. When she realized that she couldn't have no more children, then she said, I'm going to go the surrogacy route now so I could keep up with the Joneses. But also, too, what the story shows how much as a nation we're destroyed. Because think about what women and men valued back then. A woman valued being able to bring children into the world.
Right.
Today, Kamala Harris and the Democrats is telling our women to just go and, use the Planned Parenthood and abortion clinic as birth control and unalive your unborn child. Right? But back then, we seen it was a race to get favor with a husband, and the mentality of our black women is bearing children was looked upon as favorable. If you couldn't have children, you were stressed. She was so stressed that she was there, she was pressing Jacob. She pressed him. Hey, how come you can't get me no children? You understand how much we fell as a nation? And then Jacob, he valued having children. And he wasn't a deadbeat dad. He stayed with the women that he impregnated. That's why we need to learn the old ways, because all this was stripped from us. And that's why it's important to continually read the history. Consider the old ways, as the scripture says. Continue off the sidebar.
Okay.
It's like, officer, but tell me I'm going to break something out.
Oh, wow.
Okay, 12. Bukar?
Oh, sir, you won't.
Okay, go ahead, officer. Bye.
In verse 10, and Zilpah, Leah's maid, bare Jacob a son. Verse 11, and Leah said, a troop cometh, and she called his name Gad. Verse 12, and Zilpah, Leah's maid, bare Jacob a second son. And Leah said, happy am I, for the daughter shall call me blessed. And she called his name Asher.
Which means happy. Read on.
Verse 14, and Reuben went out in the days of wheat harvest and found mandrakes in the field and brought them unto his mother Leah. Then Rachel said to Leah, give me, I pray thee, of thy son's mandrakes. Verse 15, and she said unto her, is it a small matter that thou hast taken my husband? And wouldest thou take away my son's mandrake also? And Rachel said, therefore he shall lie with thee tonight for thy son's mandrakes.
It means he's hired. Right? So we went to 16 or we stopped there?
We stop there.
Okay, so could do last 7. Come on. Officer Matamiad, call you to read YAHUSHUA. Matamiad, present myself.
Matamiad, bon Yahuwah, bon Yashua.
Mathamya, bon Yahuwah, bon Yashua.
Yahuwah, Shim Yahushua, Barakatum.
YAHAWASHI, Yashabakatham.
Last 7. That's going to bring us to the
Genesis
22.
30 and what?
30 and 16 to 22.
All right. In English or
The last one in both, if you can.
no sweat? You starting okay. Genesis chapter 30, verse 16. And the last one, Kodash. YAHUAH, YAHUAH, like Mana, Hashada, Ba'irab, wa Taza'ah, La'ah, La Ra'ah, Thawa, with Amar, Allah, Aliyah, the Bawa'a, Kaya, Shakar, Shakara, Thayad, Slaggy, Shakar, Rathayak, Wada, Aya, Banya, Yashakab, Aymar, so like Aymah, Bala, Yala, Hawa'ah. Verse 17. Wayashamai, Allah, Allah, Hayam, Al, La'ah, with the Hamar, with the Har, with the Lad, I Quab, oh, so like Quab, Bun, Kam Shaya. Verse 18. With the Amar, La'ah, Nathawa, so like Nathawan, Allahayam, Shakaraya, Ashar, Nathaya, Shapak, Thaya, La'a, Yeshaya, La Ashaya. Wait, no, La'a Yeshaya. I got it right the first time. So, with the Kwa Ra'a, Shamawa, Yasha Shakar. Verse 19. With the Hara, Iwad, La'ah, with the Lad, Bun, Shashaya, La Ya'ikwab. Verse 20. With the Amar, La'ah, Zabadanaya, Abba, so like Allah Hayam, Athaya, Zabad, Tawab, Hapayim, so like Hapayim, Hapa. Reason why I was saying like that because it's like the ha right there. So you saying it's ah?
No, you got it. It's a ha, right? And the pa is
Pa'ayin.
singular, and then ayin.
Time.
Pa'ayin, right.
Hapayim. Yazab Lanaya Ayashaya Kaya Lada Thaya Lawa Shasha Bunyum.
Benjamin.
Right.
You say it. It's two.
You said it's two?
Bunyam. You see it?
Yeah, that's why I said.
Yes, sir. Pass me that phone.
So it's Bun and Yum.
Because right here it says Bunyum.
Bunyam. Come. Oh.
Might be like a short way
Yeah,
to say it.
yeah, it's in.
Watha Quara Atha Shamawa Zabalawan or Zabalawan. That's the all right. 21 Salagi. Akar Yalada Batha or Salagi Bath Watha Quara Atha Shema Dayana verse 22. Zabar Alahayim Atha Rakal Shemai Yashemai Alayim so like Alaya Alahayim Pathak Atha Rakama. Was that the end of it? Or
Come. Okay, I'm gonna give you a quick quiz. In
There you go.
in 22, the first part is what's that word?
let's see.
I'm gonna give it to you,
We
but I'm
catch
just
up with
asking
you.
so you could understand the English portion of it.
Yeah, so you're saying the first word of
They're in 22,
let's see, Zakar.
right? Now look at the English and what it's saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in God.
Right.
Right.
And what remember, because Zakar is remember. So why Yah and God Zakar, remember. So it's when you start reading, just like when you hear the word, try to pick up and remember the English version. What is it saying? Oh, Zakar, I know that means to remember. Yah is the most high. So and Wah, or why Yah and God, because Yah, that's why the people be saying, Christians be saying Yah, which is not the most high's name. But why Yah, I offer by, all right, why Yah Zakar, the beginning of 22. Why Yah Zakar, and God remembered.
The Yah in this context will be he, but it'll be
He,
referring to
the Most High, right?
because of the next word.
Right. Why Yah Zakar. I just want to give you a little quiz so you could
And no
like,
sweat.
pick up on words when you know, like Bath. We all know what Bath is, right?
Oh my God.
His daughter. So like how men would say Ban YAHAWAH, Ban Yamyan, the sisters would say their name and Bath Yasharal. Just for the viewing audience, so you could be interactive with the Hebrew and not just read it or hear us read it, but also try to remember and build up your vocabulary as you hear these words. Okay, Sir Salaki, go read the English one, Kasha.
And no sweat. Genesis chapter 30, verse 16. And Jacob came out of the field in the evening, and Leah went out to meet him, and said, Thou must come in unto me, for surely I have hired thee with my son's mandrakes. And he lay with her that night. 17. And God hearkened unto Leah, and she conceived, and bare Jacob the fifth son. And Leah said, God hath given me my hire, because I have given my maiden to my husband, and she called his name Issachar. Verse 19. And Leah conceived again and bare Jacob the sixth son. And Leah said, God hath endued me with a good dowry. Now will my husband dwell with me, because I have borne him 6 sons. And she called his name Zebulun. It's just like Zebulun, you know, Zebulun. Verse 21. And afterwards she bare a daughter and called her name Dinah. And God remembered Rachel, and God hearkened to her and opened her womb. And she conceived and bare a son and said, God have taken away my reproach.
Yeah, that was 22.
Oh, yeah, no, sir.
So, anything on that, sir?
Yeah.
So that's, you know, just the beginning of the birth of our nation. Right. But in it too is just certain points that goes back and forth, showing you when you read the history, you're seeing how much we've changed. And it says in Deuteronomy, the woman that is tender and delicate, that peradventure to set the soles of her foot on the ground, her eye should be evil towards the children of her, of her womb. Meaning, our women is being seduced or brainwashed, by the oppressor's woman, with this whole women's liberation and, your body, your choice. That's a lie. It's not your body. It's not your choice. We belong to the Most High. The scripture says we were bought with a price. That price was Christ's blood. He gave his life for this nation, and he adopted us back to the Father. So it's not your body, your choice. Every seed is given a body by who? The Most High. So that spirit that's coming back in the earth, that body that's being recreated through biology, through the sperm fertilizing the egg, and then the spirit goes into that body, comes from the Most High. Right. That's what we read, how the nation is being made. So all through the Lord, and each tribe is getting their name based on activities that's happening as the women is getting pregnant. And it shows you how the mindset of remember what we read earlier when you asked sister about does a woman's beauty be recognized internally or externally? It's both. You understand? And the Lord always balances everything out. When one was barren, right, the other one had the beauty, or the one that had the was fruitful. The one that had the beauty was barren. You understand? So the Lord always have a way of keeping us humble. And then you got to look at that as being hearing the truth. You might be a brother with rank, and then you might be struggling socially in the sense of like your finances might not be up to par. But because the Lord is like, what? He wants to keep us balanced. Yeah, you're getting great power in Israel, but be humble. You understand? And then there's a brother that might have the finances, but he doesn't have the power. Be humble. And then ultimately, the ultimate example is YAHUSHA. He had the power and the wealth, right? Am I saying something we don't know, that Christ was wealthy? I know Christ was wealthy. He was Joseph's son. Who was Joseph? Joseph was in the lineage of King David. Right. He was royalty. Right. But because of Hollywood and Christianity, they paint this picture of our nation being poor. We was never a poor people. We lost our wealth because of disobedience, because we wanted to follow the heathen. And we lost everything. That's where we at. That's what we're learning now. That we lost everything. We lost everything. Our identity, our culture, our wealth. We lost our God. Now we're praying to white Jesus because of disobedience. But Lord having mercy upon us, in 1969, he brought the I.S.U.P.K back. He brought the truth back in the earth. You understand? And that's why we come into these Sabbath service. And that's why also, too, we're afflicting our soul on this Day of Atonement, to atone for the things that we did while we lost our wealth. Right. We lost everything. So guess what? We should atone for it. We should afflict our soul. It's only 24 hours. It's a light thing. Christ lost his life. What are we losing? 2 meals? 3 meals? Officer Matamia?
Right.
We're losing 3 meals, and we acting like it's the worst thing in the world. Like, man, I can't wait for the fast to over. I'm dying. Also, we have to look at the spirituality of this fast. Right. There is no food in the supermarkets, if you notice. So fasting is actually your teaching, bringing your body under subjection to learn to miss a few meals. You need to learn to miss a few meals. You understand? You're training your body for that time when, guess what? It might be a day you go without food. You might be in a zone where the captain of your zone, your camp leader, have to put a request in the Commander General YAHANNA. General, the camp, is running low on sustenance. All right, so now Commander General YAHANNA has to send Matamyat out to your zone to bring the food for you. So while you're waiting for the food to be delivered, guess what? We've been in the custom of going through a fast and learn to miss a couple of meals, especially in these last days. Unless we don't believe what we're reading. The famine is coming.
Right.
It is coming. They're dropping bombs in Israel.
Right.
You understand? Russia and China just did a military exercise in Alaska, if y'all didn't know. Like the scripture says in Joel, the general was bringing out on Black Watch Monday night. The Lord put hooks in Russia's jaw and Gog and Magog's jaw. Turned them back from being democracy and following the philosophies of the West, and what? Put hooks in their jaws and turning them back to what? The USSR, the superpower that Russia was. You understand? To be the enemy of the United States. And it prophesied that her and her companies, who's her companies? Iran, the Arab nations. So I'm not going to be long-winded, but we're in that time. So use this fast also as a tool where you're learning the fastest for us to bring our body under subjection. That's the spirituality of the fast also.
You know what's heavy about that too? Russia just declared like they close friends with Iran just recently too. Like I think yesterday. You know what I mean? This whole world is going into hell quick, and it's beautiful to see. You know what I mean? And another thing about what we just read, right? To all the Christians and the fake Israelites out there, Jacob just, he had 4 big moms. You know what I mean? We saying we can have like just one wife and one rib. You gotta divorce one to get another. Jacob just had like 4 wives, that conceived for him. You know what I mean? So, that's just another thing too I want to bring out just quickly. That, outside this truth, there's nothing, like nobody knows the Bible outside this truth. Because, not just that, they got everything wrong. They got that wrong. They got social problems too, because they got, man on man action going on in these other fake Israelite groups and the Christian church. It's all out in the open. But still, like that's all I want to bring out.
Man, I'm gonna bring out a precept. The perfect what the brother said was so heavy. Let's end with this precept. Give me Isaiah 34:16. To go in line with what Priest Matamyat just said. The I.S.U.P.K is the home of the truth. And the reason it's the truth because we do this and they don't do this. We just read that the nation was built because Jacob had 4 ribs, 4 wives. You got it, Bakar? Isaiah 34:16.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 34, verse 16. Seek ye out the book of the Lord and read.
And that's what the I.S.U.P.K do. We just read it. And Priest Matamyat just broke it down. He said, hey, I just read that Jacob had 4 ribs. But fake Israelites will tell you, you only can marry 1 wife. So that means they're in direct opposition to the scriptures. So that means they're already invalid. We shouldn't even listen to them. Watch their videos, don't just ignore them. They're gonna go away. They're gonna go away. You understand? Eventually, remember, John the Baptist was there and his disciples. But then who are we talking today? Are we talking about John the Baptist? Nobody talking about John the Baptist. We're talking about Christ is the king. He got the throne. You understand? So with that, we bring the class to a close. Officer Matamyat, anything else you want to say?
Oh no, that's about it.
Officer Bakar?
That's it, sir.
What's up, Ibad? Y2Y? Is there any questions in the chat?
Oh yeah. Anything in the chat? Okay.
Okay, so with that, we'll bring the service to a close. The men up here, Majum.
Come.
Real quick, Officer Ibad, if you could, for Officer Muthamian, he wasn't here earlier. Could you read Matthew 12:5 again?
Sure.
Matthew 12:5. He was saying because of the fast, a lot of brothers is apprehensive to drink the wine. But drinking the wine is, no, I'm not saying you. I'm just saying a lot of brothers are apprehensive. So I want to keep bringing it out, like brothers know. Listen, as long we're the priests, and you see what Christ said about the priesthood.
This is the book of Matthew 5, verse 5. This is the book of Matthew 12, verse 5. Or have ye not read in the law how that on the Sabbath days the priests in the temple profane the Sabbath and are blameless?
And are what?
Blameless?
And are what?
Blameless?
That's it. That's the I.S.U.P.K. Because you know, fake Israelites will see and say, hey, it's the fast. They drinking wine because they want to assimilate it. No, we do this for real because we're following the lineage of Christ. And that's the words of Christ. And he said what? We're blameless.
Well,
Yeah, fake Israelites, man. Y'all get up in the morning. Y'all might as well just stay in bed. You can't do anything, right? Don't get up. Don't use the bathroom. Don't lift the toilet seat up. Don't do nothing. You know what I mean? But,
Okay.
you know, so-
Yeah, put fringes on your undergarments. Let me get a clean channel. You know what to use.
This was good.
It's clean.
Like astrologers means to Israel.
All right, men of Israel, imagine to salute the Torah. Remember, when you salute the Torah and you saying taking oaths, saying that you agree to abide by the laws in the Torah.
right.
YAHUSHUA. YAHWASHI YAHUSHUA Barak Yah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barak Yah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barak Yah.
You see that one comment?
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barak Yah.
God, Bashim Yahusha Barak Yah.
Get on time.
Start.
Right. Imagine Wasa, Wapanya Hakodam, and face the east.
Kamakan.
Send up these prayers, say the Lord's Prayer, begin with the Lord's Prayer, last one for that.
The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Shemka.
Shemka.
Yahawah.
Yahawah.
Malakavka.
Malakavka.
Ba'ah. Ratazaka.
Ratazaka.
Ayah.
Ayah.
Aisha.
I.S.U.P.K.
Baharatazah.
Baharatazah.
Kawah.
Kawah.
Ayah.
Ayah.
Ashemayim.
Ashemayim.
Donanawa.
Donanawa.
Come.
The Come.
Kal.
Kal.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalaknawa.
Wasalaknawa.
Kabawafnawa.
Kabawafnawa.
Wasalaknawa.
Wasalaknawa.
Kabawafnawa.
Kabawafnawa.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Ma'ayanawa.
Ma'ayanawa. Let me say a word. Abo. Awashayanawa. Mayun. Rai. Kaya. Laka. Amalakwa. Wahala. Ratapara.
La'awalamyam.
La'awalamyam.
Aman.
Amen.
Lord's Prayer, English translation.
Our Father,
Father,
which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come,
Thy kingdom come,
thy will be done in earth,
thy will be done on
as
earth
it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread,
daily bread,
and forgive us our
and
debts,
forgive us our
as
debts.
we forgive our debtors.
We forgive our debtors.
And lead us not
And lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
For thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory,
forever.
forever. So be it.
Conquer power in the Hebrew. Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Yahweh by Shem Yahushua,
Yahushua.
Uncle Shah,
Tolanawa.
Tolanawa,
Hakat.
Hakat,
Hakat.
Arba'a,
Kamakala.
Kamakala,
Kamadawa.
Kamadawa,
Hakat.
Hakat,
Tahor.
Tahor,
Hamatazarayim.
Hamatazarayim,
Hakat.
Hakat,
Hamathium.
Hamathium,
Hamathium.
Hamathium,
Hakat.
Hakat,
Arakawa.
Arakawa,
Hatama'ala.
Hatama'ala,
Gorasham.
the Garshon,
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Ba'ashem Yahushua,
Ramon.
What I want.
English translation, Yahawah,
Yahawah.
in the name of
In the
Yahushua,
name of Yahushua,
please give us the power,
please give us the power,
the power to heal
power to heal
all manner of sickness
all manner of sickness
and all manner of disease,
and all manner of disease,
the power to cleanse the lepers,
the power to cleanse the leper,
the power to raise the
the
dead,
power to raise the dead,
the power against unclean spirits,
the power against unclean spirits,
to cast them out
to cast them out.
in the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua,
Thank you so big.
thank you, so be it.
Let's Israel in the Hebrew. Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua,
Barak Lanawa.
Barak Lanawa,
Yasharala.
Yasharala,
Wahabaya.
Wahabaya, Sapori,
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Ba'ashem Yahushua, what I want.
Let's Israel English translation. Yahawah,
Yahweh,
in the name of
in
Yahushua,
the name of Yahushua,
bless us
bless us
and Israel
and Israel
and the school
and the school.
in the name of
In the
Yahushua.
name of Yahushua,
Thank you so big.
thank you, so be it.
I.S.U.P.K. Power Scripture blessing. Barakatah Yahawah.
Barakatah Yahawah.
Yahushua.
YAHUSHA,
Mayaka Allah.
YAHUWAH,
Wahalayim.
YAHUWAH,
Bayan.
YAHUWAH,
YAHANNA.
YAHANNA,
YAHUWAH.
The water I'm on.
English translation. Bless you, Yahawah,
Bless you, Yahweh,
and Yahushua,
and Yahushua,
and Michael,
and Michael,
and the angels,
and the angel,
Commandant General Yahanna,
Commander General YAHANNA,
the general,
the general,
the captain,
the captain,
the officers,
the officers,
the troopers,
the troopers,
and the sisters,
and the sisters.
Yahawah,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahushua.
in the name of Yahushua,
Thank you so big.
thank you, so big.
Psalms 121 in Hebrew. Ashah.
Asha'ah,
Yanya.
Ayanya, Alahoya,
Bayan.
Yabayan,
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah,
Zoria.
Isaiah,
Zoria.
Isaiah,
Ma'an.
Ma'ai,
Yahawah.
Yahweh, Aisha,
Bayan.
Shemayon,
Barakatah.
Abatisa,
Ayatan.
Ayatan,
Mawak.
number one,
Gauka.
Regata,
Ayatan.
Ayana Word, Shamarka,
Another
Another Ah,
Nawam.
Yanawod,
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah,
Yashun.
Yashun,
Shamor.
Shabamor,
Yasharala.
Yasharala,
Yahawah.
Yahweh, Shabarka, Yahweh, Tzaka, Ayah, Yamika, Yamamor, Hashemash, Na'ah, Yakaka, Barak, Malayala, Yahweh, Shamarka,
Kawah,
Yashamor, Akapashka, Yahweh, Yashamor, Taza'afka, Rapashka,
Slaki. Waba'aka.
Waba'aka, Ma'atul,
I alone.
I have love.
English translation, Psalms 121. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills.
I will lift up mine eyes unto the hill.
Well, whence cometh my help?
Whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahawah,
My help cometh from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He would not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not suffer.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth thee, he that keepeth thee will not slumber.
he that keepeth thee will not suffer.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth
shall
Israel
neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahawah is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahawah is thy shade upon upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by
nor
night.
the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee
Yahweh shall preserve thee
from all evil.
from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming
and
in
thy coming in
from this time forth
from this time forward
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew, Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Damayaraka.
Al-Yahaka.
Al-Bakara.
Al-Bakara.
Al-Bashakwa.
Al-Bashakwa.
Al-Kayahana.
Kayana.
Yabika.
Al-Yahaka.
Amayawan.
Yahawah.
Ash.
The Ash.
Al-Aimaka.
Al-Aimaka.
Al-Yamwa.
Yahawah.
Sabada.
Sabada. Ayata.
Aitazawa.
Yahawah.
Wanyaka.
Al-Tazawayaka. Ambarwa.
And Allah, when I come to them,
Mogoya.
Magoya.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Zakar.
Yashakor.
Yasharala.
Shayashimalo.
Awada.
Ayata.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Now Aitazawa.
Now Ayatazawah.
Ba.
The Ba.
Kakwa.
The Kakwa.
Ayaka.
Ayaka.
Waya.
Waya.
Karathwa.
The Karatwa.
Ahawya.
Ahawya.
Adawam.
Adawam.
Yashimai.
Yashimai.
Alayam.
Alayam.
Abba.
Abba.
Wagorian.
Wagorian.
Gabor.
Gabor.
Amawan.
Amawan.
Malak.
Malak.
Shah.
Kalashah. And the Shabbat.
Zawar.
Tazawar.
Lashawar.
Ramashawar.
Nawa.
Nawa.
Mum.
And Boom.
Ayawa.
Ayawa. Zawawai. The Baby of Wat. Salah.
Ashalahum.
And Shalom.
Kambayan.
Kambayan.
Kasaya Saba'a.
Kasaya Saba'a.
Kayabyan.
Kayabyan.
Barakah.
Barakah.
Yashua.
Yashua.
Nashabadwa.
That's the Magwa.
Ayan the Ira.
Ayah.
Ayawa.
Ayawa.
Naman.
Naman.
Datma.
Dama.
Natamwa.
Sayadama.
Natayamawa.
Nadayamawa.
Kaira.
Kaira.
Kazaba.
Kazaba. Kazaba.
Kazamanad.
Kazamanad.
Kawanasyakamwa.
Asyakamwa.
Ashore.
Ashore.
Morwa.
Amorwa.
Narashah.
Narashah.
Nawa.
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 Lahayam.
Ayah.
Lahayam.
Alahayah.
Tamwa.
Sayadama.
Kagala.
Kagala.
Kwash.
Kakwash.
Panyaraka.
The Panyawaka.
Kaash.
Ka'ah.
Ivory.
The Ivory.
Wakalaba.
Wakalaba.
Tahat.
Tahat.
Maryam.
Ayah.
Kam.
Kam.
Datma.
Tawadapna.
Irika.
That's Irika.
Wasa.
Wawasa.
Kafka.
Wapaka.
Mahalam.
Wabaloo.
Wala'ah.
Walaha.
Panyaham.
Panyaho.
One.
Kwamabon.
Kwashwa.
Wayabakashwa.
Simka.
Shaka.
Yahawa.
Yahawa.
Bashwa.
The Bashwa.
Wayabaha. Wayabahalwa.
Wayabahalwa.
Aya'ai.
Aya'ai.
Wayakaparwa.
Wayakaparwa.
Wayabadwa.
Wayabadwa.
Wayadaiwa.
Wayadaiwa.
Wayata.
Kayata.
Shimka.
Shimka.
Baka. Shimka.
Shaka.
Hawa.
Yahawa.
Baka.
Labaka.
Ayawan.
Ayawan.
Wakahat Arakaza.
Psalms 83 English translation. Keep not thou silent, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
For lo, thy enemies make a tumult.
For lo, thy enemies make us tumble.
And they that hate thee
And they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people.
against thy people.
And consulted against thy hidden
And
ones.
consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have
They
said,
have said,
Come,
Come,
and let us cut them
and
off
let us cut them off.
from being a nation.
Being a nation,
But the name of Israel
in the name of Israel,
may be no more remembered.
may be no more remembered.
For they have consulted together
For they have consulted together.
what one could say.
What one can say,
They are confederate against
they
thee.
are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of
The
Edom
tabernacles of Edom
and the Ishmaelites
and the Israelite
of Moab
of Moab
and the Hagarene,
and the Hagarene,
Gabor
Gabor,
and Ammon
Ammon,
and Amalek,
Amalek,
the
the
Philistines,
Philistines,
with the inhabitants of
the
Tyre.
inhabitants of Tyre.
For swords also joined with them.
And Saul also was joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have opened the children of Lot.
Selah,
Salah,
do unto them
do unto them
as unto the Midianites,
as unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as to Sisera,
as to Jabez,
as to Jabez,
at the brook of Kishon,
at the brook of Kishon,
which perished at Endor.
which perished at Endor.
It became as dung for the earth,
It became as though for the earth.
Make their nobles like a red.
Make their nobles like a red.
All their princes.
All their princes.
As the bar.
And as Zalmunna.
Who said, let us take to ourselves. The houses of Yahawah. Their possession. All my power. Make them like a wheel. As the stubble before the wind. And as the fire burneth the world. And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them. With thy tempest. And make them afraid. With thy storm. Fill their faces with shame. That they may seek thy name. Oh Yahawah. Let them be confounded. And trouble forever. Let them be put to shame. And perish. That men may know. That thou. Whose name alone. Is Yahawah. Lord the Most High. Over all the earth. Let's hit the conclusions real quick. Blessed are you, Yahawah. King of heaven and earth. And all things living. Yahawah in the name of Yahushua. Listen to us now. Right now. Send evils and curses. And punishment. And destruction. To the heathen. That speak against us. Thy prophets. The school. Send evils and curses. And punishment. And destruction. To the heathen. And shake loose. The treasures of the rich of Israel. I refuse to give to the school. Force their riches. To enter into thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses. And punishment. And destruction. To the Edomites. And the nation. And their drug dealers. The court system. The prison system. Planned Parenthood. All the governments of our enemies. Amalek synagogues. And armies. Roman Catholic Church. The Pope. Islam. Christianity. Egyptology. Militia. Ku Klux Klan. Aryan Nation. Skinheads. Posse Comitazi. The gay movement. The lesbian movement. Spies. Workers of witchcraft. NASA space program. Army, Navy, Air Force. Marines. Wall Street. Open up the internet. And the airwaves. Cable access channels. The radio channels. Convict the spirit. Of any of thy people. That seek to stop us. That brings swift destruction. To all. The heathen. That stand in the way. That try to stop us. From broadcasting your word. Throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues. Let loose all the plagues. Cause them to go to and fro. Through the earth. And consume them. Let the plague. Take the house of the thief. And the murderer. Let Yahushua. Michael and Gabriel. Come down with the flying saucer. And punish all. The heathen. That come up against us. As we speak thy word. Cause to be known by all. That it is the angels. That have done it. Cause it to be spread. Through the media. Through the whole world. Cause them to shake. At thy coming. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you always. So be it. All right, Sar, sisters, you shall be. Of Israel, each other courtesy salute. Men of Israel, we're going to give each other courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Aymadu Shabbat, Aymadu Baruch, Yahawah, Yahushuah, Ayajum Top, Sar, choose the term, please, sisters. Sisters Aymadu, your Aymadu Shabbat is your right hand clasped over your left.
your feet at a 45-degree angle, and your head covered in battle. You repeat the salute back to us. Men of Israel, I'm on you. I'm on you, Shabbat. I'm on you. Baruch.
YAHUSHUA, Bashim YAHUSHUA.
Yajah B'tah. Class dismissed.